12 signs that you're rich. Being rich is an ambition that pretty much the entire human population strives to achieve. I mean, who doesn't want to have whatever they want in life? But the fundamental thing that people often seem to miss about being rich is that it's not only about the money. Sure, being rich may revolve around the idea of having a lot of money, but that isn't what makes someone rich. Being rich is a mindset. Some people have a lot of cash in their pockets, and they may look rich. But people who have the mindset that guarantees them money and the ability to keep it are the ones who are truly rich. Throughout history, that mindset has been achieved by very few people. Today we're going to discuss 12 signs that tell someone that you're rich. This is Wealthy Fact, where you come to watch, implement, and get wealthy. Before we begin, I would really appreciate if you scroll below and hit that like button. It helps us a lot. And if you find anything in this video useful, then be sure to subscribe to keep yourself updated on new videos. With all that out of the way, let's discuss the first sign. Number 1, you are punctual. May sound old-fashioned, but being punctual is one of the very basic signs that you have the right mindset. Ever heard the phrase, "He was at the right place at the right time"? That's not something completely based on luck. Sure, it does help if fate is on your side, but being punctual is the best way to ensure that you are always there when something goes down. Regarding work of any sort, if you play by the rules, get the job done in time, and show up early, you'll always be rewarded. If not now, then certainly in the future. The ones who are on top can verify that. Punctuality shows that you care about your time and work. And anybody who genuinely cares about those two will be rich in life. Number 2, you socialize. Socializing is a very useful tool that people don't use quite often. No, I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about meeting people and talking to them, the old-fashioned way. When you put time out of your busy life and go meet people, you are open to ideas and perspectives that different people may have. This constantly morphs your mind to adapt and improve. Rich people don't just go out there and meet people without purpose. They develop relationships with their coworkers, employees, friends, and whoever they can talk to. Building a vast and diverse network of people helps one stay in the loop and always have the opportunity to get ahead. Having people in high places can make you rich in more ways than one. Number 3, you don't flaunt your wealth. We talked about the importance of socializing. Now let's discuss the way rich people pursue that socializing. The worst thing someone can do with their wealth is to show off. No one likes a person who flaunts his wealth in public. Showing off sends multiple bad messages. It tells people you don't value your money, you don't care for it, and you think everything can be bought. Such a mindset is one of the easiest ways for one to lose all of their riches. When in public or talking to anyone, your wealth should never be a card that you throw in the table to impress people. Instead, it should be a means to help and inspire others to become like you. Number 4, numbers don't matter to you. It's obvious that people who are rich are obviously earning money, but that doesn't define or limit their success. Rich people tend to see beyond their riches. The numbers that you're pulling off at your job or the figures that someone else is bringing to the table is something that doesn't concern you. What you are concerned with is the work. Doesn't matter if you earned $10 or $100 in that last job, as long as you put everything that you had in it and it was done properly. That's all that matters. The rate at which you earn money and status doesn't make you rich. It's the work that you do that makes it so. If you have the numbers in the back of your head all the time, you'll never reach the true status of being rich. Number 5, you're not afraid to take risks and start over. Becoming rich isn't easy. Staying rich may be even harder. So, what gets you to the top of the mountain and makes you stay there? Risks. Taking risks is what drives home the fact that you are willing to put it all on the line. Your money, your name, your fame, and your career are all entities that can be lost. Rich people recognize this and understand that to fully take advantage of life, they need to take risks. Sometimes those risks involve starting over and working from scratch. Sometimes that involves stomping over eggshells that others tiptoe over. But that's what solidifies your status as one of the elite. Risks often lead to success or failure. Rich people understand that both outcomes are better than not doing anything. If one is triumphant, they have achieved something great. And if one has suffered defeat, they have achieved something greater, which is the knowledge of how to fail. With that, they know what to never repeat again. Number 6, You carry yourself like a bigger star. Ever had that moment when you're in a party and suddenly a guest comes in? The atmosphere suddenly changes. All eyes turn towards them, and you feel like you're in the presence of someone who is a big deal. That is called having charisma. Rich people have a certain aura about them that differentiate them from others. It can be due to their physical appearance, but more so than that, it is polished by themselves. They carry themselves like a star. Every celebrity in a party has a certain presence. Everything that is happening somehow revolves around them, and they don't even move a muscle. They have that charisma. Rich people channel their charisma and use it to make themselves relevant. Number 7, you don't worry about bills. Now, this isn't meant in a literal sense. Paying your bills is a serious business and one shouldn't forget them. However, rich people take account of all their finances and expenditures. This means whatever bills that may end up in their statement at the end of the month isn't their biggest concern. Why, you ask? Because they keep track of their wealth to begin with. They know how taxes work, they know how much to spend and how much not to. By the time that cash receipt rolls out, they already have most of the math figured out. Number 8, you are humble. Being humble is the cornerstone of how rich you are. No matter the amount of cash that is deposited in your account, rich people never forget their roots. It is because of their origin story that they have reached where they are, and they would be fools to forget that. Anyone who is down to earth exudes a naturally likable confidence. People around you respect you and look up to you. Your admirers follow you, and your haters may try to mimic you. Riches may keep one's body fulfilled, but humility keeps one's soul enlightened. Enrichment of both the body and the soul is what makes someone physically and mentally rich. Number 9, you still have butterflies in your stomach. Like we said earlier, the life of a rich man is someone who constantly takes risks. They strive for greater things and always have the bigger picture in mind rather than short-term gains. When one adopts this lifestyle, it is impossible for one to not get worried. If you are always worried about your work, if you have butterflies in your stomach every time a difficult phase comes, if you find yourself biting your nails when those results are about to turn around, then congratulations, you have the right mindset. Lots of people forget that a life full of riches is often the most stressing. If you genuinely don't care about what you do, you won't be able to capitalize on it to move forward. Rich people are always aware of the impending crisis, and that is what keeps their wits and mind sharp. Number 10, you are constantly learning. They say learning never stops at any age. That is especially true for the rich. Anyone who has to be ahead in the game must be well acknowledged and versed in all its facets. There is never a reason to stop learning, and there never should be one. Rich people understand this idea and follow it. One needs to have role models, people they look up to or people they can learn from. Inspiration can be extracted from a multitude of resources. Some people tend to keep multiple role models, learning something from everyone. With resourceful and brilliant individuals setting the blueprint of success in your mind, you are always rich. Number 11, you are a jack of many trades. It's one thing to be impressive in one aspect. It's entirely another to be accomplished in multiple. Life is tough, and the competition constantly increases. It's no longer viable for a man to be successful with a limited skill set. Instead, one must have a diverse repertoire of tools at their disposal. Where normal people celebrate on every achievement, rich people don't settle for one accolade. They continue to push themselves forward. They know that in order to have concrete underneath them, they ought to solidify their investments and resources thoroughly. Rich people never settle for one trade. Neither do they stop at one source of income. They are well aware of the fleeting nature of life, so they bet on multiple decks to always stay ahead. They have numerous sources of income, so if any of them goes to south, they always have a backup plan. Number 12, you are happy at the end of the day. Ever get that feeling at the end of the day when you lie in bed after a hard day's work with a smile, knowing you accomplished a lot today? When you're working hard, you're doing yourself a favor in more than one account. For starters, you're obviously earning money and learning a lot. But more than that, you are feeding your conscience positive energy that can never be replicated by any other means. Knowing that you worked hard brings you satisfaction that is truly unparalleled. Hard work is irreplaceable, and it brings riches that are uncountable. So do yourself a favor. Keep at it. If you have any of the above signs, then keep going. Don't give up. It may look like you don't have the money right now to prove it, but in time you will. And that's what matters. Conclusion. That's about it. What do you think? Do you know any other signs that tell if someone is rich? Did we miss any? Have any suggestions on future videos? Comment below and let us know. We love to hear your suggestions. Also, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps us so much and keeps us motivated to put out more videos for you guys. So until next time, see you around.